several years ago, there were some articles that were written about NJSIAA and spending practices, etc. I think that we have addressed all of those areas. When I came on board in 2006, I think we have cut back on from 2006 to conferences and spending over 55%. So I am concerned. I think there are some issues that we needed to address, which I think are important. We now have run our meetings monthly, like school board meetings. We have all of our bills that are approved, just like at a school board that hadn't been done previously. Our finance committee is a very active finance committee. But as far as ticket prices are concerned, New Jersey only, our budget for this current year is $5.2 million. And of that $5.2 million, only 14% of that comes from membership dues. The rest of the money that runs all of our programs we get from ticket sales and people coming to our state championships, entry fees, and different clinics that we run during the course of the year. I think that if you look at the ticket structure, we've basically used the same ticket prices and haven't changed the ticket prices for the last 5 years. And if you look at what's happened around the country since 9/11, you have security costs that have gone up drastically, and rental fees continue to go up for us. And one of the goals of NJSIAA is to have our student athletes participate in probably the best venues in the country. And in order to do that, those venues cost some money. Also, you have to understand that there are basically 4 sports that generate funds for the association, and that's football, men and women's basketball, wrestling, and track and field. And with those sports being listed, and then you have the 26 other sports that I had talked about, those sports basically are either losing money or breaking even, and maybe they may make a little bit of money. That I think the fact that they say that NJSIAA has these deep pockets and this huge revenue is not a fair assessment of the association.
You mentioned that you get your money from the state tournaments and membership fees. Just explain to the people a little bit how you guys do get that money. Some people have the misconception it's taxpayer money, but it's coming from the school membership. Just explain how the organization's set up.
Well, with the we send out at the end of May of last year, we send invoices out to the membership. The dues for NJSIAA are $2,150. If you were to go around from conference to conference, my guess is that you'll find several of the conference dues and fees to be higher than ours. Our entry fees, which have been the same for the last 19 or 20 years, are $80 to enter a tournament. I think that the membership in their own county tournaments are paying more than that $80 to run their own county tournaments. So basically, we'll go out and we'll look for the sites, and all of our sites are set now for the fall. For football, as an example, we have the opportunity to play 6 games at the new Meadowlands Stadium, 6 games at Rutgers University, 2 games at the College of New Jersey, and 2 games at Kane University. We have our field hockey that's scheduled to be played at Toms River East, and then the Tournament of Champions to be played at the College of New Jersey. Boys and girls soccer will be played at the College of New Jersey. Gymnastics will be at Montgomery High School, and volleyball will be at William Patterson University, and cross country will continue at Homedale Park. All of those venues have costs, and what we have done is we've pretty much have set the ticket prices, as I had indicated, that for a Giant Stadium and Rutgers, the ticket price would be, hopefully, would be $10 and $7, because our cost to run those events at those 2 venues they cost a great deal of money just to open those sites up. We will not use that same ticket price when we go to the College of New Jersey or we go to Kane, because the expenses for us are not as great. But already people are predicting how can you charge $10 and $7 at Kane and TCNJ? My answer is we're not going to. And we are sensitive to what the needs are of our student athletes and the parents. And another thing that people don't understand, I think that's extremely important in this whole process, is for the last 5 years, I've sent a letter out to every one of our participants in our state tournament, to the ADs, and said, if you have student athletes and parents that cannot afford to get into one of our state games, let them in for nothing. Put their name on the list, send me the list, confidential, let them in for nothing. I don't know what else we can do to satisfy the critics who say that they can't afford it when we're providing the opportunity for them to get in for nothing. The ticket prices have been $7 and $4 for most of our events. Now we're in a whole different mainstream with the commissioner approving our ticket prices. But last year on a $5.8 million budget, from the year before, I think we made $10,000 on a $5.8 million budget. So if that's the case, you can see NJSIAA is not getting rich off of the taxpayer and what the ticket prices are, if that's the amount of money after you go through 32 championships and all the different venues and travel around the state that we have been over the course of the years.
What do you think is going to be the final disposition of this whole situation with the Assemblyman? He asked for the investigation of the finances. Where do you think this is all going to lead up to?
Well, I mean, we've been 100% cooperative with the State Commission of Investigation. The report will probably be coming out in the next couple of weeks. That's only my understanding of it. I don't know what the long-term result is going to be. It's something that I have a grave concern about because I think the Assemblyman has something in his mind, but I'm not so sure that that's what's on the membership's mind. And to move NJSIAA and have it being under something different than it is right now, we already report to the Commissioner of Education. So that umbrella doesn't have to be made any bigger than it is right now. We have the largest executive committee in the country. We meet 10 times a year. If the membership is not happy, and we are, NJSIAA is not the 6 people, 6 directors that are working here and the 9 support people. We are the 433 member schools of this state. And if there's something that's going on that they're not happy with, I'm sure they're able to get that directly to us, and then we'll react to it. To have it be a political platform, I think, is a grave mistake.